Yeah. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining us for our Intro to Report Builder webinar. We love getting to know our clients, so if you don't mind turning on your cameras, that would make this evening for us here in Israel a lot more pleasant. Nice to meet you. For anyone who I don't know here or who doesn't know me, my name is Michelle Nagar. I'm the onboarding manager here at Zen City. Let me just share my screen. There we go. With me is Ido. Ido, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, glad to be here. I'm not alone. The platform PM, you got the founder and the chief technology officer. I'm his boss. And I'm really happy to talk about what we do in reporting and about where this is all going, and here and get some questions from you all. So thank you.
Okay. And with us as well is Arlene Borenstein. She's our special guest. She's going to be sharing how she uses the report builder. Arlene, you want to say hi? You're on mute.
Okay, I was trying to get off mute, so that's why I wasn't saying anything. Hi, everybody. I am so, I guess, honored to be asked to be here to do these reports for you and how it helps me as a media and PR person for the city of Fort Lauderdale. Nice to meet everybody.
Thanks, Arlene. Okay, so we'll get right to it. Just a bit of an agenda for what we'll be doing today. First, I'll be giving an overview of the report builder, just general background. Then Arlene will share her use of the report builder. You can go ahead and ask her any questions if you have any follow-up questions. Then Ido will run a demo of the report builder to make sure that you know exactly how to set up a report. And then we'll open it up for any questions from the crowd. And if anyone wants to share how they've been using the report builder, that would be really inspirational and really helpful for everyone here, I think. So let's get started. A bit of background about the report builder. Ido, you want to share about this?
Sure. Yeah. So during our work with our almost 300 local government partners, we heard again and again that work that has been done but has not been reported on is often as good as not done. And we had many clients sharing that they export our data, copy paste it into Word and other types of like presentations. And we wanted to create something that could help you save time and report on our data more efficiently and also add your own narrative. So we created the report builder. It is far from done, meaning we will continue to be focusing on this for the next few quarters. So your thoughts and feedback and how you use the product matter. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Ido. So just a general overview in terms of what kind of reports you can build. You have two basic options. One is a one-off report. So something that you would just need for, a singular meeting, whether it's a public meeting, a consultation about a particular project or initiative, a one-off presentation to stakeholders or council, or let's say a one-off internal meeting, whether it's a departmental meeting or interdepartmental. And then the other kind of report is a recurring report template. So this is a report that you would want to use on a regular basis at whatever cadence you want, whether it's weekly or monthly or even daily. And so that you basically set up the report once and then you would just regenerate it every time that you need it, saving you a lot of time so you don't have to rebuild it every single time. So this would be good for monthly council presentations, for example, monthly or weekly internal meetings, and let's say a weekly report to the mayor or city manager. Another kind of distinction that you should be aware of is that you can either start from scratch using our report builder, or you can build off one of our templates. We have several templates, a council memo template, we have a news brief template, and we have a conversation summary template. So, and you'll see on the platform how you can access those. So what kind of data can you pull into your report? So first of all, the widgets, all of the social discourse widgets that you see on your organic dashboard, whether from your main dashboard or your topical project dashboards, you can pull those in. So the conversation summaries, the official, unofficial metric, the popular word bubble, all of that you can pull in. You can also pull in your leading stories that you want to showcase in your report. You can pull in your social media publishing analytics. If you have your accounts connected, even if you're not posting through us, you can still pull in those analytics. So that's a great motivator to connect your socials to our platform. You can also pull in your Engage survey results for any of our Engage clients. If you have posted a survey and you want to display those results, then you can pull those in as well. Any analyst insights you've requested, you can pull in, and a couple of improvements that we're working on to really make this a very robust and holistic report builder to include all of your platform data. We're working on pulling in community survey results as well as automated takeaways. So just a few lines, basically analyzing the widgets and the data that's presented in the report. In addition to all the ZenCity data that you can bring in, we also enable you to pull in data or text or images that you have from elsewhere. So if you really want to create, let's say, a very robust report that includes both ZenCity data as well as complementary data or information that you have from other sources, you have the ability to do that through our report builder.
And I will share a few things that are coming soon at the end as well.
Yeah, so it's worth sticking around, everyone. So how do I get the right data into my report? So you do that using filters. We have several filters, and you'll see it on the platform when we go to the demo. So you can filter by time period. So if you want to look at a particular month, if you're doing a monthly report or maybe a week for a weekly report, and you can even choose an exact date range on your one-off reports. Another filter that we have is project filter. So either you can pull in your widgets from the main dashboard, or you can pull in widgets from a project dashboard that you've set up. And another filter that we have is topic. So if you want to be only looking at data that's relevant to Parks and Rec, public safety, let's say public works, if that's your department, transportation, you can filter down the dashboard using that, and then just pull in that data. Another filter that you can apply is official versus unofficial posts. So if you are only interested in presenting, let's say, the social discourse around your official channels, then you can just apply that filter, and only that data will get pulled in. And the last filter that we have is sentiment data. So if, for example, you want to keep, let's say, city manager in the know about whatever is bothering residents at a particular time, you can filter down to negative sentiment, for example, and create a report that way. So common use cases that we see are weekly communications comms reports to city manager, pulling in from that main dashboard usually, so you're getting the full picture. Public meetings on a project or initiative, and there you might want to use pull in some Engage data as well, and kind of compare, your digital survey to whatever's being spoken about at that particular meeting. Council presentations on key issues where you would be using that topical filter, for example, to display the discourse around, let's say, roads, transportation, and reports for internal decision making. Arlene, would you like to share at this point?
Oh no. Now that you mention it, I do, but I'm like, wait, am I not signed into ZenCity? That would be good, right? I thought we had more time. I'm sorry.
I'll give you a minute. So just it's safe to say that some of the readers of your reports won't be familiar with ZenCity, especially if you're presenting to external stakeholders. Sometimes council isn't fully aware. Definitely community members aren't fully aware. So we actually have some very handy, concise explanations of what is ZenCity, what is this data, what is positive and negative sentiment, and that is found in the council memo report template. So my recommendation would be, especially if you're reporting to a group that isn't familiar with ZenCity, to just copy and paste that that text, or you can just build your report from the council memo report template and edit it and customize it the way you want.
Okay, we're almost there, I promise.
Okay.
No problem. Keep talking for me.
Anyone wants to jump in with any questions at this point?
Okay, so how do I'm just going to share my screen and hopefully you guys can see it.
Stop sharing.
You don't see it yet, right? Okay, here we go. Okay. You see my ZenCity screen here?
Mhm.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay, so from projects, I just signed in, I clicked on projects here. I go to create a new project, and my purposes, these are usually one-off reports. So I start from scratch. Either I will create a report for a specific event. The one that was most recent was our mayor giving the key to the city to Lionel Messi, who's a world famous soccer player who is now playing on Inter Miami, which is actually a team that plays in Fort Lauderdale. And so our mayor wanted to, show the love and the warm welcome. So I, quickly just wanted to see who caught on to the coverage of this happening. So I use the quotes just to save, any extraneous things. A question I had, with Nikki, who I deal with at Zen City is, do I need to add Fort Lauderdale? And I've been told no, because it's sort of already, I don't know the right phrase, but the computer knows we're talking about Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, we're pulling in data from Fort Lauderdale sources, so it already knows that.
Right. And one more I'll add just in case is Jorge Mas, who is the owner of the team. And then also I'll do Inter Miami CF, which is the name of the team. And then one more, oops, I messed up. Let me start over, sorry. Don't do that. And for me, with the media reporting, the more outlets who have covered, the more stories I can find, obviously, the better. It's more reach. It shows that I did my job promoting it. This particular event, we had very little heads up that it was happening, so I couldn't get it out as much as I would have liked to. And then I think one more could be Drive Pink, which is spelled like this, by the way. I'm not spelling it wrong. Drive Pink Stadium. So anything that has any of these, I put in quotes, done. I like to cast a wide net. So I put 30 days out, just in case there was any previews of it. But again, we didn't put anything out super early, so I doubt I'll find anything like that. So once I do all that, personally, this is all I need. I go to continue. Key to the city. We do that often, so maybe I'll just add like Inter Miami. And I'll leave it ongoing projects. I take out all users just because it's really just for me. And then create project. I don't upload an image just because I don't really need it. So it takes a sec, but there's a lot of information that is helpful for me here. But I do change the state. Again, we didn't have many times we have an event and we'll send it to media a month, 3 weeks in advance. So in that case, I'd probably put maybe even as far as July, but we didn't do that this time. So I'm going to do like August 20th. I think that would be fine. And then the channels, official channels are like our electeds and stuff like that. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the media, what the media covered, how they covered it, what outlets covered it, in what way. So topic, I don't choose a topic, I choose news media. And then if you hit the scroll down, it shows both news publications and broadcasts. So it's sort of like TV print. And it's all of Fort Lauderdale. It's, worldwide, whoever covers it. So once I have this, stories, I can go to stories and I can see here, what comes up. And then, I take a quick look, and, this is really helpful information for me. Some of it is default that it'll repeat, depending on the publication, but still, I know my electeds like to see these types of numbers. So that's always nice to have. And also the time it airs is very nice. So this is really helpful to me. And I sort by date just to have some type of order. And then I create the report. one-off report again. This only happened once. For me, it's a news brief.
Now we'll note, and we'll go over this at the demo, that if you see the filters on the left-hand side, the filters kind of remember everything Arlene did. So
Should I
it will
push
be-
it or?
yeah, why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
you can click
Just
on
show
it.
them.
I don't want to do anything to mess it up. Yeah, there we go.
So you
Yeah.
see everything she did is saved in the report, so you get the exact same data. Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead. I need to
That's
interrupt.
okay. Don't want to, okay. So yeah, and in here, I do sometimes mess around with it because I feel like any other information is helpful, but I don't want to do anything that will mess it up. So so this actually just brought something in, but it didn't really work. So don't listen to me, just
Yeah.
delete.
No, Arlene, you did it right. It's just that you have so many filters up that there's not
Yeah.
so much
Not
data
a lot.
left.
Yes.
So if you were to, and that's important. So even if you create your project applying a lot of filters and then you go into the report builder and create your report, you can still turn off some of those filters. So you can play around with it either before or afterwards.
I'll show
And
it.
that's what I do. I just mess around with it and see what it can give me that maximizes the info, you know, what they like to see or what they need to know. We recently had someone pass, so that's getting in the way of the messy stuff, but I just delete whatever is not pertinent. And then once I finish doing that, I just to make it quick, I do both usually. And it'll give me a PDF that it can send. It looks just like this. No difference except for there's none of the, you know, extraneous stuff. It's just this page, these 2 pages. And it does take a second, but I mean, really that's all there is. And if you want to save it within ZenCity, then you just go publish your reporting and then you can go find it where your reports are. Is that good? Does that work?
Yeah, no, that's great.
That's
And
perfect.
that's the best practice really is to publish it to the reporting so that you don't lose your reports and you can always go back to them, share them out. So yeah.
Just remember which report you published when. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Great. So I think we're ready for our demo. Are there any questions for Arlene at this point?
I don't know if
Okay,
you have to create media reports, but you know, I was doing them. There are media monitoring services, but sometimes it's easier just to like find it yourself, put it on an Excel sheet and get it to them quickly. That being said, this looks so much better and professional. The Excel sheet is helpful and it's easy, but it doesn't look like this good, where you're getting like the thumbnails and how it looked like on their site, you know. So it's I've sent both, but this is nice too.
great. Thank you, Arlene. And now we'll turn to Ido.
Yeah, and maybe as a first question, does anyone here want to volunteer? So I demo the report builder on their client, on their data. Is there anyone interested?
I'll volunteer. I was doing it as Arlene was going, so maybe I'll just have you do it.
Perfect. So which client? Sorry, Joe, I don't know.
Sorry, City of Bakersfield.
Excellent. All right, so let me switch client real quick. You'll have to excuse me for not knowing which projects you're on at the moment. We'll get it sorted. All right. Okay. So the report builder. As I mentioned, our aim is that everything you do, everything you do with ZenCity and hopefully external sources as well, you'll be able to report with us and save the reports and share them later. And I think, sorry, I will switch to the client. We don't see all the admin stuff that is coming or trying to. All right. And so our hope is everything you do with Zencity, you'll be able to report with us as well without needing any external system. And I'll say that the reporting hub is where you have all the reports you published, and also your templates and our templates. I'll get to that later. And maybe I'll start by just showing you how to create a simple report. So from the reporting hub, I just hit create, and then I can create a one-off report or a template. I'll show you templates later. And with one-off report is what it says. I can either create one from scratch, or if I created a template that I can reuse, I will see it here, and I can generate a report from that template. Let's start from the absolute beginning. And so, as Arlene mentioned, everything you have on Zencity, if you have surveys, if you have organic, if you have Engage, you can reuse the data to create reports, and you can name the report. So it's like, this is Ido's report, but you can, and this is the name that will be saved in the report library. Oh no, stop that. Of course, that's a demo. But I can also, I can name this differently here and say this is a council report on social data. And as you've seen earlier, I can just embed widgets from the conversations you're monitoring, and those widgets are can be filtered for different time frames, different sentiment, different channels, just like you have on your organic dashboard. And as Michelle mentioned, let's say this is 7 days, but for some reason I want the volume of interaction to be on 30 days instead of 7. Then on a widget level, I can change it. And once the widget is here, it's independent from the general filter. And if I wanted, for example, to use to add data from an engagement, which Bakersfield doesn't have, I could theoretically add in an answer from an engagement. So I could mix and match data from all the products that everyone has. So once this is done, I can either download this as a PDF, or I can, and that's what we recommend, is publish this to the reporting library, the reporting hub. And then once it's done, you will see it there. I want to mention that everything you do is saved as you finish typing. So, and I can show you the drafts while it's saving, I think. So you can see.
And sorry to interrupt, but on that, as you were creating that, are you able to type and add things or like context or something in there too?
And I can here.
Oh, okay.
Here, council, and I can embed the logo for city. And okay, so once it's done, it will show up in the published report library. I think we should report on here that we're having lives. But that's the, let's say, the basic flow. Now we know our aim here is to shorten time for report. So there are multiple places where you can actually report, and you can start a report that continues the flow that you were performing at the moment. So as Arlene showed you, you can create a report from inside a project. So let's say, let's pick something more interesting. Let's pick public safety. If I wanted to, sorry, for some reason I jumped back to an admin view. Right. So if I want to create a report with the context of this project, maybe for the last 30 days, and only on whatever positive sentiment, I can create a report just like this with a click of the button. I can either create a template from it or one of the reports. And I can either do a conversation summary, which highlights more or less the widgets from that you see on the dashboard. I can focus on the local news. I can create like a summary memo for the council, some aggregated data and some clear explanations to people that are less savvy in Zensity. So I'll click the first one.
If you pick one of those and then you go, oh, that's not the right one, and you go back,
And
can
go
you
back.
restart it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Go back. So you see here all the default widgets and from the top stories to the widgets on the dashboard. And yes, I can go back to the project and create whatever I want. And I'll show you a quicker version to do what Arlene performed, which is I can use Media Digest. Let's say this is the local news in Bakersfield, and I want, I don't know, can you figure out, let's do mayor. I want all the articles that the mayor is, appears in. So I can hit this, create a report, and voila, I get a news brief. So you see automatically I have a news brief. I can edit the title, and it's gonna be it's gonna say news brief mentions of the mayor. Okay, so that's again a handy little trick. And if you have
That was straight from the news feed.
yes. And I don't know, have you been connecting your social media to the publishing suite?
I believe
They
so.
have.
I don't do it myself, but I'm pretty sure we do.
Perfect. That's great. So you can even so if you've connected your social media to publishing, you can see the analytics page, and we have many PIOs and comm specialists wanting to report on their social media analytics. Again, with a click of a button from here, you can create a report. This will straight one click create an analytics report on your social media. It's really handy, really quick. Okay, and share this data quickly and publish it to reporting, and that's it. It's gonna be really, really easy. What else I wanted to share? So that's, I guess, basic reporting. Now I want to talk about both drafts and templates. So everything you do has a draft, and the drafts are only viewable by you. So they're only going to be private to you, and that's mostly because we want to make sure that the work that you're doing is not viewable by anyone else, unless you feel comfortable with it and you want to share it further. Now we've heard from clients again and again that they basically create the same reports over and over again. So we thought maybe we can create a template that they can later reuse. So I'll go ahead and create a template. My template library at the moment is empty. But I can create a current report template, which is more or less the same as creating a report, but with slight differences that I'll go over. So again, you start with an empty page. I'll say here, this is Windows report template. I will delete everything after, don't worry about it. So let's say I want to name this council book. Council report, council social report. And you see here that the name of your jurisdiction exists, but also like the date is missing. And the date will appear with the exact date where you publish the report. And so I want to create a conversation snapshot. And what you see here, you see the same thing you looked at before, but if I look at the filters, what you see here is not, is the last 7 days. That can also be, it's always, once you generate a report from this template, it will always look on the last 7 days or last 14 days. Okay, so you can rest assured that we will fish the right amount of data from our system and report exactly on it. Okay, so that's one.
So whatever you set up on this, whatever you set up on this initial one, 14 days or a month or whatever, that's what it will be automatically from that template.
Correct. And if you want to start here with dear council, blah, 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 this will always appear as well. So, and for example, I want to embed this nice
Just a click.
logo. So let's assume I'm living in the city of Zen, and the logo of the city of Zen will always appear in every report that I generate from this. Okay, so that's basically it. And you can see if you're editing a template or a report based on this tag right here. Okay, so what I can do with the template is I can right now generate a report, or I can share it. And sharing a report is this is if anyone here uses Google Docs, this is very much similar to Google Docs. I can share this with anyone else that I want to share with, or just keep it restricted, or even make it public. Okay, so I'll make this one, I'll keep it restricted since it's not very useful. You can even share individual links. Again, much like you can do with Google Docs, I'll save it, keep it restricted. And then when I go back to reporting, I will see, I will see it in the templates. And now when I go to create a report and I go to create one-off reports, I will see it here and I can reuse it. Even if I go back to, to the report library, I can see it in templates, and from templates I can generate a report.
So Ido, a question.
Yeah.
When you generate the report, and it, let's say, generates from the most recent 7 days, can you then edit that if you want to add additional, it's editable?
Let's do this. So
Okay.
I can generate a report, and you see this is not a template, it's a report based on that template. So you see everything I did, and let's say it was a week from now, the data here will be relevant to the day that I click generate a report, and all the data will be up to date. And I can from here say this week's main focus is 1, 2, 3. And you can also see here that it's not a template anymore. It's a report with a date. So really nice. And if you've been a pro user for reporting in a while, you see here that we have conversation snapshot, we have the word cloud and channels, and the stories for templates are missing. And I just wanted to say that we will have a template, widget soon in the template where stories are populated automatically based on the time frame that is in the filter. So if you set up the report to be 7 days ago, 30 days ago, you will see the relevant stories in your report. I think that's more or less it.
Ido?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead.
So a couple more tips and tricks. One is I'm going to create one more report, create from scratch, and I will just add a lot of data. You can see it's really easy. What you see here is the page break. I think many of you requested to see where the pages are breaking, or when you publish it as a PDF or print it. So we've listened to you. That's one thing. And another thing that I wanted to mention is, again, we know that sometimes you want to publish reports that are only visible to you. So right now, everything that is in the report library is visible to anyone. So it's pretty public, but soon you will be able from here say that only, I don't know, Michelle or Joe can view this report, and it will be just between the two of you, or just between anyone you designate. Yeah.
Can you go into the council report, the council memo?
Sure.
Yeah.
Again, I create a report from the dashboard, I have access to Sensity templates. I'll go straight to the council memo.
So this is that initial information that I was talking about. What is Zencity? Where's the data collected from? What's being measured that you might want to use for certain reports where people are not familiar with, and you can always you can build on this report and make it your own, or you can just copy and paste. Another thing I wanted to mention is the bar above the report. So you have all sorts of different functionalities, like changing, making the fonts larger, using colors, different colors for your text. You can import a table or an image, all sorts of different options, bullets, that kind of thing. So to really make your report as varied and robust as you want. Yeah, and just to be clear, you can change your filters. You can use different filters throughout your report. So for example, if you want to provide this one report with, let's say, the first section is on transportation, the second section is on parks and rec, and the third section is on public safety, you would just change the filter each time and pull in the relevant information each time. Okay, so you don't have to like commit to your filters throughout the report. You can change them. Any questions?
I do have a question. We just put out a magazine, FTL Connect, and it was totally a city effort. And we send it to all the neighbors directly to their doors. I know we've done a survey in the past with the first issue, but I did a lot of the content work. And I didn't have a lot of involvement in the survey, but I think this time around I would be doing the survey. But I don't know if we were supposed to write something on the magazine that said like, take our survey. We did not do that. So do we have some kind of database, or, you know, how would we do that this time around? Like, can Zen-City facilitate something like that?
You mean it's not related to reporting? I guess it's, do you want Zen-City to help you with a QR code or a link that, you know, residents can fill in the survey from? If so, that's really easy to do.
So I haven't done a community survey with you guys yet. How is it that you extract the information from the neighbors? You know, like the data.
I think that, Arlene, if we could take this offline, because we want to just focus on the report builder, but I think it is important for us to show how we can pull and engage data. So why don't we do that from the demo account?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I switch accounts to the demo account. I'll just share that we have a few exciting things that are coming to the report builder really soon. One of them is actually tied to Engage. Many clients that have Engage want to report on open-ended survey questions to basically see open-ended responses and report on that in their report, and that's coming. Another thing that I already mentioned is the top 10 stories for templates. So every time you instantiate the template, you generate a report based on a template, you will get the latest, the most relevant top 10 stories. And then also controlling who sees your reports from the library. Now, I think while I talk, I was able to switch to the demo account. Just last time, switch. Okay, so the demo account does have Engage. And if I go to Engage, I can see again the different projects, the different engagements we have on the projects. I have an active engagement that I want to report on. So that's I just pick one at random, and that's the results screen already. So I can edit the engagement and whatnot, but from the results screen, that's the logical place to start a report from. Let's say I did all this, you know, 777 people responded, and I want to report on that. So I click build PDF, and that gets me straight to reporting with the relevant Engage project and the relevant engagement from within that project. Really quick again to save time. So you see this, that's the demo client. It's already on Engage. I would say it's already, of course. Okay, we'll have to find it then. Perhaps a bug.
It's a virtual town hall one.
Where is it?
Keep going down. It's under affordable housing. Maybe try the.
Okay.
Just try any of them, I suppose.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Sorry, for some reason it didn't work. So let's say that's an engagement, and every engagement has different questions, and I can report question by question. I can just embed them in the report. And for some reason, oh, sorry. That's it. Have those results exactly. Right from Engage. Oops. I can then change questions and embed any question I want to report on in Inspire's place. And of course, add my own narrative above or below, whatever. For some reason, I am not able to do that. I'm stuck. Okay, as you see, we're still building this. Okay, there we go. There's mine. And I know this may be slightly clunky, but we already have 20 or 30 clients already reporting on their engagements. So we plan to make this really easier, much easier. So you can embed all the questions in one go and add, as I said, open-ended questions. Again, based on your feedback and on your usage, we will focus on the things we need to improve.
And Ido, on this same report, you can pull in organic data as well, right?
That's correct. Show it. Again, I can just switch to organic and include.
Gotta share.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. On the same report, I switched products to organic. Clients that have multiple products can share data from all of them. It's really easy.
Okay, so anyone who's been with me on onboarding knows that I talk about kind of the holistic use of the platform where you're integrating between the different tools. So that translates into the report builder as well. If you're reporting on, like say, Parks and Rec, a monthly report, you're going to want to report that organic data. You're also going to want to report the engaged data, and eventually the community survey data will also be available to you in the report builder. So you'll be able to present that full picture. Okay, that's it for us. Does anyone have any questions, requests? Anyone want to share how they're using the report builder?
I'll ask you
Okay.
about that survey, I'll email you guys.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for attending. We're glad we got such a huge crowd. So thank you for that, and look forward to seeing your reports.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Bye. Take
Bye.
care.